Breaking news from the stadium tonight as an anonymous fan foot the bill for 55,000 hot dogs, bringing that sweet tubed meat to everyone in attendance.
Free dogs!
Yeah!
55,000 hot dogs? What does that even cost?
While the identity of this Frankfurter philanthropist remains anonymous, their all-beefy generosity will go down in history.
The new Mega Millions. More to win means more to give. How you spend it is up to you.
Yeah!
For game odds and details, visit sceducationlottery.com.
Do you want more success, more growth, more results? Then it's time for the Boundless Success Accelerator from the Modern Observer Group. This isn't your average coaching program. It's where top performers come to dominate. Weekly group sessions, on-demand coaching, a community that's got your back, and a power-packed library of tools to supercharge your business and career. No more excuses, no more waiting. Get in, level up, and start building the life you've been dreaming about. Visit us at modernobserver.com/boundlesssuccess to join today. Let's get you to the next level.
We're here because the news is being distorted. We're here because people are being inundated with misinformation on social media. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
Trump heads to NATO. China unveils a new drone. Impeachment defeated, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. President Trump has reinstated a ceasefire between Israel and Iran after both sides briefly resumed attacks, drawing a sharp rebuke from the president. They've been fighting so long and so hard, they don't know what the F they're doing, Trump told reporters before heading to a NATO summit. After a tense call with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Trump said Israel agreed to call off further strikes. Trump said the truce was very much in effect and expressed optimism it would hold for a long time. A GOP congressman nominated Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize for the ceasefire. Donald Trump landed in the Netherlands on Tuesday for a meeting with NATO leaders. The group is expected to agree to increase NATO's defense spending requirements to 5% of its GDP, a significant boost from the current 2% target that many member countries already fail to meet. Ahead of the meeting, Trump published messages from NATO Secretary General and former Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte. It was not easy, but we've got them all signed onto 5%, Rutte wrote. Europe is going to pay in a big way, as they should, and it will be your win. China unveiled a mosquito-sized drone designed for covert military operations and espionage, a development that's raising alarms over the potential consequence of the tech falling into the wrong hands. The miniature device, featuring two leaf-like wings, a black vertical body, and 3 hair-thin legs, was engineered to mimic the blood-sucking insect by scientists at the National University of Defense Technology in China's Hunan province. Here in my hand is a mosquito-like type of robot, said Liang Hexiang, an NUDT student who was holding the tiny drone between his fingers in a video shared by state media last weekend. Miniature bionic robots like this are especially suited to information reconnaissance and special missions on the battlefield. The House of Representatives voted along bipartisan lines to quash a lone progressive lawmaker's bid to impeach President Donald Trump Tuesday afternoon. Lawmakers agreed to table the measure in a 344-79 vote. A vote to table is a procedural mechanism allowing House members to vote against consideration of a bill without having to vote on the bill itself. The resolution was offered by Representative Al Green, who was infamously ejected from Trump's address to a joint session of Congress earlier this year for repeatedly interrupting the president. A majority of House Democrats joined Republican lawmakers to kill Green's resolution, a sign of how politically caustic the effort appears to be. Just 79 Democrats voted to proceed with the impeachment vote, while 128 voted to halt it in its tracks. The FBI is pivoting resources to cybersecurity and counterterrorism efforts. The FBI's movement of agency resources comes after Iran fired short-range and medium-range ballistic missiles in an attack against a U.S. base in Qatar on Monday. Iran was responding to the American attack on its nuclear facilities that took place on Saturday. Following the U.S. attack against Iran's nuclear facilities, Iranian state television declared every American citizen or soldier in the Middle East a legitimate target. At least 5 more Iranian nationals were arrested on Monday, in addition to the 11 announced by the Department of Homeland Security on Tuesday morning. On Monday, 45-year-old Mohammed Hassanpour was arrested by officers in Baltimore and given a third country notice. He was previously criminally convicted of assault with a deadly weapon or force likely to produce great bodily injury, where he was sentenced to just under a year behind bars. He was also previously sentenced roughly 3 months behind bars for battery, spouse, ex-spouse, date, etc., and sentenced to 2 years for stalking. Kava Abedi, age 45, was arrested in Chicago on Monday for violations of the Immigration and Nationality Act and had a 2001 conviction for selling cocaine. Southern border numbers continue to be significantly lower compared with the previous administration, with record low numbers according to new U.S. Customs and Border Protection data. Between June 1st and June 22nd, there have been 5,414 apprehensions at the border, with the busiest sector being El Paso. During that same time frame, there have been 986 known gotaways. Both numbers are the lowest ever recorded. In May, there were just under 9,000 apprehensions of illegal immigrants at the border, compared with roughly 118,000 the year prior under the Biden administration by CBP. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of the Raw Naked Truth Daily News Brief, as well as our sister podcast, Carnivore Radio, with news analysis and commentary, and the rest of the Xvadio Podcast Network at xvadio.com, the Apple Podcast app, YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.
Having a life scholarship and being able to afford to go to college made me feel inspired to go.
When I got a life scholarship, it was such a relief.
I knew that I wanted to have an impact. Having a life scholarship through the SC Education Lottery was huge. It gave me the opportunity to make that impact right here at home.
The South Carolina Education Lottery. A better you, a better us, a better South Carolina. Visit sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit activeday.com to apply.